do a new playlist for this bad boy. Kind of looks like a Labrador with a dick. Huh? Remember, what movie was that with? I don't even know what it was. The guy said he always was drawing dicks. I think it was super bad, but I used to be like that. I had the same thing. I think it's because of all the molestation and stuff I grew up with. But who knows, right? I also need more lights here. Yeah, baby. Get there now. How's that for light, huh? Ooh, but that could also be a guy. Putting his head in the sand, right? People do that. I kind of like my art for that. I wish it was a little more refined. I wish I could sell it easier. I need to get to a big city. I can sell my art. We'll see what happens. I had a client, I don't know him, right? Other than he's paid my bills. All the invoices I've sent. Other than that, I don't know anything about him. So he wants to go into business too, starting a GC company, because COVID lockdown killed his last business. He's from Bangladesh. He's pretty smart. And then he wants to do another thing to bring low-income housing. Because I didn't even mention this, and I don't know how he came up with it, but it aligns with what I want to do anyway. A lot of these developers, they do just enough low-income housing to get, the state or federal discount, 10% off taxes or what, I don't even know what it is, a requirement by law, and then everything else is like ultra luxury, Well, that's been going on for 20 years, and now normal people can't fucking afford to live anywhere because everything's ultra luxury. Like, people need just normal, plain Jane places to live that aren't an arm and a leg. And it's not like there isn't profit margin involved. There is. There's tons of profit involved. It's just people are greedy. They're like, well, I don't want to make $2 million. I want to make $2.4 million. And it's like, dude, why? You're just being a bitch. So we'll see. Maybe him and I can start knocking them bitches out of business. We'll probably start in Minneapolis, but I told him I want to go to Denver because every working class person there is getting priced out. It's really sad, actually. I think that one of the interesting things for me that maybe it's a sign of immaturity. Honestly, I just think it's part of who I am in this lifetime, as far as a personality. Because like, I guess I'm an INTP, but I'm always in my head. And so like when it comes to just saying something I feel, it's like, well, no, I gotta go sit with it for like a few days, and like filter through it. Because I don't want to act out of anger either. Because I don't like doing that, even though hate fucking is fun. I don't like calling people names, you know? I've never dated someone and said, hey, listen here, you fucking cunt, or anything like that. Like, that's not my thing, right? Maybe when I was drunk, I did it once. Kind of remember doing that once. But I don't like doing that shit. So, but in my head, that stuff is happening. I just don't want to let it out to other people. But the more I bent and worked through the stuff I brought to this last connection I had with Anya, the more of it I get out, the more I can see I'm prone to like love or forgive and love people. Like even her, like I don't, like there's a lot of disgust towards her right now. Like don't fucking talk to me ever again kind of disgust, you know? I mean, there's lots of reasons for that I'll go into later, maybe. A lot of it's because she tried to manipulate me, and I saw it like a long time ago, and I just kept going with it to see how often she was going to try it. And she kept, you know, following the path. And finally, when it hit a point, I just jumped out. I didn't say anything. I just think it's really disrespectful. And she knows I'm not stupid. Still trying to do it, so that's pretty annoying. But I could see some point, like being able to look past all of that and have something there, you know, like some kind of friendship or I don't know. If she ever watches these videos, that probably won't happen. Because she's super fucking sensitive. When she said she felt disrespected for being called a dork, a geek, and a nerd, I asked all my friends about it. Wide range of friends. Progressive, medical doctor in Saratoga, New York, ultra progressive culture, you know. Gay friend, Berkeley, California. Lesbian couple, Denver, Colorado, New Age minister type people. A priest from the Midwest who has a monastery down in Albuquerque. And just and then I did like a Facebook poll on it too. So I like to be sure, you know. I don't know, I say stupid shit. I offend people a lot. So not a single person, this is how I phrased it was, I just had a grown-ass 42-year-old woman say she felt disrespected because I called her a dork and she can't be in a relationship with someone where she feels disrespected. And there's people out on Facebook even that they're like, usually they don't like it, what I have to say at all, you know? Like they're on the far end, other end of the spectrum of like my memes and stuff. And even they were like, dude, sounds like this is a good idea that it's not working. You know what I mean? A lot of people were just straight up, you know, like run, get away from that as much as you can. Except for my friend Brian. He's a Marine, and so all of his buddies, they're really cultured in their own ways and successful. And one of them's married to a Russian woman. And I told him the story, and he's like, yeah, she wouldn't have gotten that. Like, they don't get that kind of humor, you know? Or that, they just don't get it. And so, from his point of view, his words were, you know, my friend's wife, she's really, really cool, but she's a real fucking cunt, too. You know, like, there's just such a cultural barrier in language and like this respect, machismo type thing that, you know, a lot of things get lost in translation. So, you know, I gotta take that into consideration, right? Right? I finally accepted that I'm old. I'm not liking that. I mean, look at these eyes. On the eyes. Old man eyes. Yeah, but I think I'd be interested in doing that business with that guy. I'm in the same boat as he is. It's my ideal is to have, you know, 10 companies or so that are paying me 70 grand a year. It looks like it's going to be more than that, but 700 grand a year. Who needs more than that? Like, who needs to do anything? You can do so much with that. There's a big cat rescue in Minneapolis, like north of it. They're always searching for money. Cat rescues. I think that'd be fun to do, low income housing, like all of it. What do you think? Is that like a green pasture getting ready to accept a large cock to her mouth with a talon? One of the good things that came from having a cunty stepmom was I'm really quick to walk. Well, it's kind of good and bad. I'm not afraid to walk away from people. Kind of like plays towards a power dynamic a little bit. But I think growing up, I just decided I'm never gonna let a female have that kind of power over my feelings again, you know? and I haven't for the most part. And the times that I have, I strongly regretted it. Maybe not though. This one works. So we can put that one in the works pile. Look how much muscle I lost. It's fucking disgusting. I'm intentionally drinking this Starbucks can with pizza cans. Nope, that nozzle sucks. To be fair though, also, I do have a pretty big negative on my balance sheet right now. Got pulled over at a checkpoint in Denver years ago, and it was before I got diagnosed bipolar, which I still don't know if I am or not. But lithium is awesome, so I don't care. The bare minimum, it helps me with my PTSD. But I didn't think I could deal with it at the time, just because I was pretty wrecked emotionally. Like I had to go to the hospital for a little bit, you know? So I almost threw myself off a cliff. Free climbing, I didn't throw myself off it. I went free climbing and slipped. So it's more about us putting myself in really, really bad situations. And raw dogging women, I probably shouldn't have been raw dogging, but somehow I came out unscathed. I don't know how I do that. I got like no STDs whatsoever. I had HPV once, and I knew she told me already that she had it. And so I just, you know, I thought I was going to be with her forever, so I didn't care. I don't like that one either. But anyway, you know, I didn't show up to court because I was in the hospital. And I got a bench warrant. But it must not be that bad, because when I was working for Habitat for Humanity, they do a really good security test, right? Especially for people like me, you know, white shaved head, and my whole job was to work with sweet little old black ladies in like these rough neighborhoods. Like they had to make sure I was pretty legit. So they said it came up a little bit on the security check, but it just said, you know, it didn't really say much. Or they checked into it or something, and I still got the job. There we go. So I get that. That one I get totally. I don't like to admit it, because I got laid a lot anyway without having it. Like, there's not many people that really cared. But still, I get it. There's probably like a safety issue, like who wants to date someone? Like, there's probably a high risk scenario or vibe with dating someone that's not afraid to break state law, you know? Like, and not really have respect for it. Like, I could see that. But then again, American CEOs are mostly psychopaths, so who knows, right? You know, one thing I don't like doing, even though I'm a hoe, is if I'm dating someone, I don't date more than one person at a time. It's not cool. Who's that fair to? It's not fair to anyone. Like, you can't even get to know someone if you do that, you know? Like, it's not possible to get to know someone if you're dating 4 people at a time. Because your attention's too split. And, like, people go through ebbs and flows of being interesting and not, or not. And what if one person goes through a down phase? You don't want to deal with all that shit, so you go start talking to this other person more often. Well, now you just missed, like, this huge part of what this person is, you know? It's fucking lame. I don't give a fuck. Now what's it look like? Little flutter by. Where's this one to go? I don't really like that one. There we go. Now it's a dick. There, now we got dick. See you, fuck faces.